this week, yesterday and today particularly, in parts of the Midwest and the extreme northern part of the country, huge amounts of snow and ice and rain, and the rest of us got wind. Last night we had rain. Have you looked at the outside of your windows recently? Have you looked at the vinyl siding outside your home? Have you looked at the areas that are just a mess and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I've got to get all that cleaned up? And I'm thinking, do I hire somebody? Do I try to do it myself? And if I do it myself, do I have the right tools? This is so much a part of the problem. Sometimes we have the want to clean, we just don't have the right tools to get it right. And we end up spending way too much time on something that should have taken far less time. And most of the time, the culprit is the fact that we just don't have the right tools. So what we want to do is provide you with the tools that are going to be a real game changer for what you're dealing with. And Aaron, I'm going to ask you to put an internal clock up for me. This is really simple because what you've got going on is a great set that will help you with cleaning, with polishing, with a squeegee action if you're cleaning those windows or those flat surfaces. All that becomes really, really important. We're talking about a system called AquaClean. Now, this is a 5-piece dual-side flexible squeegee system. So you're going to have lots of, first of all, a telescoping pole here that'll help you get in there and clean your squeegee attachment, pole extension, and then this is the wand that goes on your little mitt here that will help you with polishing and cleaning. All of this happens for you at a really phenomenal price, under $20. And we also have 2 color choices for you. Now, the blue you're looking at on the screen, and that's most limited. And then we also have the gray for you. Now, Eric in our chat says you don't have to hire someone when you have the AquaClean squeegees. That's very true, because now you've got a way to get after those problems and those concerns. We're going to welcome in our buddy Kylie Watts. Now, Kylie is not only a home specialist, she's a problem solution specialist, and she's got a big home that needs lots of cleaning because she's got lots of animals. So it's important to welcome her in so she can talk to us about this great system. Kylie, first, how are you? How are things?
I am doing great, David. How are you? I still can't believe Erica Swineford's got a daughter that's getting married. I'm still back on that. That's crazy.
Blows my mind. You and I both know Erica for a long time, and we know all of her kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my word, I can't believe she's got one old enough to be married. So it truly is. I'm well, thank you for asking. It's nice to see you. Good to see your face. We miss you.
You too. Oh, I miss you too, David. Thank you so much for having me in your show. And yeah, the AquaClean is a really great system for you to have to clean your windows, your glass showers, anywhere you have a hard surface. And here's the thing, David, we've all kind of used these before, those rubberized squeegees, right? And the thing with this is if you don't have the proper technique, what you're going to end up with is with a bunch of things smearing down, streaks all over the place, and a big old mess. So AquaClean came in to really make that easier. And it is that dual kit. So you had all the pieces. I have them assembled together. You're going to get one with your microfiber that's going to help lift, trap, and remove dirt. And then, of course, your silicone squeegee. And that's the big key here. This is not rubber. This is silicone. So what it wants to do is attract that water into an internal reservoir. Now, when you get this home, it's super easy. You don't have to use any specialty cleaners. You're going to use your dish soap that you have. So you take it, you put a nice little strip along here of just regular dish soap, and then you get water. You don't want to saturate the whole thing. I have a little bowl. You literally just want to dunk the corners, right? So just get a little bit of water on here. A little bit will go a long way. And then you can attack all of those hard to clean surfaces without having to use any chemical cleaners. So I'm going to sneak right in here and show you how this works. The beauty of this is that microfiber will immediately start to create this really luxurious foam that we have right here. So you can see I'm starting to get covered. I'm getting up the soap scum, the mold, the mildew on the glass, and I'm not using any kind of chemicals. So now that we have this beautiful kind of foam with the soap, I'm going to take my squeegee, and what you're going to notice is it starts to channel that water. It attracts it to the squeegee right here, and you're going to have no streaks, no smears left behind. There I am, and not a bunch of water. Super easy to use.
And not so unlike those tools that the professional window washers use that we see outside the windows of office buildings. If you see them on television. I was actually in an office building one time and the scaffolding came down and the window washer, I was like, oh, because you know, you're way up high and you're like, good grief, but they're using something to soap and wash the windows, and then they're coming behind with a squeegee tool, and it just squeegees down, and the windows are pristine clean. Don't miss out on this opportunity. It's a way for you to do this at home. And at the end of winter, Kylie, we're all going to be going outside going, oh my word, Mother Nature did a number on these windows. And this is going to be a great way to do that. You've got beautiful picture windows and you love them, but cleaning them can be a bear sometimes. This video really illustrates that.
It sure does. So whether it's your sliding glass doors, your windows, you're seeing how easy it is. You've got that extension pole so you can get up high. And it's a universal thread, David. In fact, if you have any of those painter's poles or maybe a Campanelli duster that you need to get super high, like your skylights or some area that's maybe windows in an RV, you can totally do that. Because it's silicone, you can use this on concave or convex glass. So automobile enthusiasts love this. And you're seeing what a beautiful job it does of channeling that water. So you're not just pushing and squeegeeing the water down. There's an internal reservoir that's actually built in inside of this that captures that water. So when you're done cleaning, you take it to the sink and you can dump out all that water. And that's the big thing with the squeegee. Squeegee is a great tool, but it's been flawed up until now. And the silicone really makes a huge difference of attracting that water. And to your point, I have a special guest. I don't know if you know this. I have a special guest standing by outside doing the windows, just like we were talking about right now.
I thought that was an intruder.
I figured you didn't get enough of him in the missile presentation.
Well, you know what, David, I just literally did this yesterday because you remember, we ended up getting a nice little warm patch there for about 62, 64 degrees. So I have a little sunroom. And what I did was I went up and there's a couple of skylights in it. Went up on the roof quick. Always be careful, obviously. But then what I love about this is that you're using dish detergent. Now you could use, for example, like a Better Life glass cleaner that I just presented with Dan Hughes. But no matter what, you're cutting through that outdoor grime and grit that builds up this time of year. So that green, yucky stuff, the grease, that just, it's, ugh, makes your windows look dull and yucky. And then, the sun peeks back out in the spring and you just don't like how they look. Well, no problem. And because, like Kylie said, of that silicone squeegee, see how we just come right down here? That is crystal clear. And I know nobody wants to see my face. I got that. But you can see right out the window here and you can see that squeak. That's great. And then you can see everything out. And again, use it inside and outside because here in the kitchen, David, you know how that cooking grease gets in the air. Well, you do it on both sides of the window and you've got a beautiful window in no time flat.
Well, Carolyn on Facebook says, this is a great tool. Loving the blue. Would clean my shower doors really fast. I mean, most of us have soap scum. And most of us don't clean it as often as we should, right? I'm one of those people. And so this is why I have a clock in my bathroom. And sometimes when I'm in the shower, I like to the shower door so I can see what time it is, so I know how much time I've spent in the shower and how much time I have until I need to be out of the house on my way. But sometimes that soap scum is hard to cut through even with a wet hand on the glass. So all this is going to really get through because first you're going to get through and loosen all that with the microfiber mitt, and then you're going to come back behind it with the squeegee. And Kylie, this really does the job, gets through even tough messes, right?
It sure does. And that's the beauty of microfiber. It lifts, traps, and removes. And David, one of the secrets is right here. This little tiny dot you're seeing, that's your reservoir where all the water collects. So the water actually collects in the bottom of this. All you would have to do is then dump it out right here. So I have a little tiny bit that was from where I squeegeed. So you can see it's not dripping everywhere. It's not creating that big mess because that's really what the problem was. So I can go back in here. And to your point, David, this is something where you don't have to just use this on your glass. You could use this on your tiled surfaces as well. Maybe even after every time you shower, and hopefully that'll help with the cleanliness of it. So if it's something we do every day just for maintenance, it might even make our showers a little bit cleaner and less hard to clean. But you can see, just like Scotty did, I've got my stabilizer bars on here. I could take one pass through, and where you couldn't see me before, now you can. And all of that water is, you can see, dripping down into that reservoir. It's not falling in the shower or on our windows, and that's why we love the AquaClean.
It's also not running down your arm, Kylie, and that is really important, right? Because the first time that happens, people are like, yeah, I'm done with this. Yeah, no thanks. So that's why something like this becomes so important. I can tell you now that we've taken orders for 150 of these are gone now. You get all these pieces for less than a $20 bill. And it really becomes a remarkable choice for you. This blue has been very, very popular in this hour. It's also most limited, and I also have it for you in the gray. Don't miss out on this opportunity. We've got lots of people that are reacting to this. Karen said that looks like a really nice item. We've got other folks that are saying, Kylie, Lori would like to know if they can hire Scott to do their windows.
You know, he's not cheap. He's pretty expensive, but if you've got the money, he'll come on over.
Well, you know. Scott, you may have a side job there, buddy. I don't know.
I don't know. Goodness, it won't be as a model. I know that.
Well, they were asking about window washing. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. Well, then,
Yeah.
yes, I can.
All right, Kylie,
Okay.
I believe we're going to have you back a little later in the show, are we not?
Yes, absolutely. Coming back with a great item from BioCleaner.
She's coming back with BioCleaner. This is a product made in Lenarge, France.